All sports, all plays. Yeah. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making up plays. You talking the game, get you to the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, they work in your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays. Yeah.
Oh, no. Guess who's back? Yes, I've taken my temperature. I am at a healthy 97.2. And want to say welcome, everybody, to the Touchdown Crew. It is a Sunday, June the 12th, 2022, part of the ASAP Network. Don't forget to visit us, asaptvnetwork.net. And, of course, now we are on the Touchdown Crew Facebook page. That's right. Facebook.com/TDC.ASAP. So make sure you go ahead and visit and like. And what we attempt to do going forward, if going to make Vic and Mike and probably the other Mike that plunges toilets at Wrigley Field in the morning, going to make him a contributor to the page. So if you see any articles that you want to talk about or anything that we deemed, anything that you want us to take a look at, go ahead and post on that. That way, you as the fans can see what we're going to be talking about and kind of pony up on your skills as well. So you can go ahead and come on in, call us, or chat with us on the Facebook. I want to go ahead and welcome in the first person besides me that was here today, and that's Coach Mike. Mike, how you doing there? Thank you very much for being on time. What's up, man?
Nothing much. Making it through the week. Just making it through the week. Hey, early is on time is late.
That's exactly correct. And the person who was late, but still managed to get here, he still has his hair, but not.
Hold on. First off, I was on time because I got here before 9. Technically, I was on time. But you know what?
Technical.
Yeah, you were 32 seconds under the cut there. So you were right. You're right.
Yeah.
So anyway, welcome. Yes, you're here. How you doing? How you been this week?
Man, I've been great, man. Just enjoying life.
Yeah.
It's been a relaxation week.
That's good. We always need that. We always need that relaxation time. So definitely something to look into. And I'm not talking about the NFL. I'm actually talking about the USFL. Birmingham is no longer undefeated. That's it. They lost yesterday to the Houston Gamblers. So now this is week 9. There's one more week to go, but now they're heading into a battle against Tampa. Do you think Tampa takes advantage of this loss that they're on? Because they have to win out to make the playoffs.
Who, Tampa?
Yeah, they have to win out today against New Orleans. And if they beat New Orleans, then they have to beat Birmingham to make it, unless something else goes down.
They're not gonna make the playoffs. Honestly, I actually watched that game.
Yeah.
And one thing about Houston has one good first half, and then the second half is like, ugh. And this time it was the opposite. The first half was the defense played hard, and the second half the offense actually came on a little bit. But Birmingham, I mean, they've been struggling as of late. The quarterback, late on throws and everything. Defense does enough. Their defense is pretty good, solid. They got a lot of known players that played in the league. But Tampa Bay, it's always next year.
Yeah, exactly. Well, not for the Lightning. The Lightning apparently there's always the next year. They're going to the finals for the third time in a row. But no. Do you think everybody's kind of figuring out Birmingham, and it's like, okay, now we know what these people are all about. They got enough tape, enough film on them to go ahead and make a dent in their record now. So now maybe they're coming down off their high. Their 8-game winning streak high.
Yeah. We'll see.
Mike, you have any comment on the USFL? I'm not sure if you've
No, I fell asleep on it this week. My eyes was a little asleep, but I don't think they'll bounce back because you pretty much own the league this year. And I think a loss is always beneficial. You don't go in with a big head. Now you got something to prove, like it was a fluke. So they bounced back Tampa Bay.
I got you on that one. Yeah, I think that's what should have happened to the Patriots in 2007. They should have lost one game, and then they would have won the Super Bowl. This week, and of course, I always bring that up, compared to undefeated seasons. All right, so this week, what we got going on here? We got Cam Newton, obviously still whining and complaining. I'm a good quarterback. I was just put in bad situations. We got some ownership stuff to talk about. Broncos and Chargers are in the news. Wide receivers, they're getting paid, and wide receivers still waiting to get paid. We got Baker and Jimmy G that are two quarterbacks in limbo, may get cut. I doubt anybody's going to trade for them, but so there's always the possibility of getting cut. And what we're going to start off with is Jack Del Rio. Twitter commenting about the January 6th invasion of the Capitol. People outraged about what he said on Twitter. He's finally, he's taken his Twitter down already. But a lot of people saying, dude, you got to fire this guy. So ultimately what happened was they settled on a $100,000 fine. My question, gentlemen, is that $100,000 fine enough, or does they really need to go ahead and get rid of him? And I'm going to start with Mike on this one since he was the first to show up.
When it comes to fines on different situations on first-time things, how do you determine what's a valuable number? I mean, for somebody that's pocket change to him, for somebody who don't make that money, that's a lot of money. So it's all about how you view it. Inconsiderate, not thinking. Sometimes you wonder who's his marketing person, who's tweeting for him, if he's actually tweeting. But something topics as public figures, you just shouldn't talk on unless you got the full detail.
Well, and I think, I think everybody had the full details going. And I mean, listen, they had enough details. Let's put it that way. And number one, who the hell are you as a coach to go ahead and comment on something that happened a year and a half ago? That's what I got to say. Why are you commenting on this all of a sudden? Why don't you focus on football? Because you're already in an organization that's in a whirlwind right now from top to bottom. Coach, we're going to go ahead and Coach Vic, what do you got, man? What do you think?
Man, it's a weird situation, and I say it's weird for the simple fact about it. And I thought about it yesterday, and I was thinking about it a little bit this morning. It's one of those things of just, like I said, I've always said it's just the lack of knowledge of knowing the difference, and that shows you that of his race not understanding. Those are totally two different things. When you compare the George Floyd and then you say storming the Capitol. One thing about it is we have to do something. You have to do something about storming the Capitol, because if you don't, then guess what's going to happen? They're going to do it again. So you got to set an example for that. And if that was any other race, we all know if we was up in there, we would have got shot and killed.
So, but my thing is, in regards to him, did he have any right going ahead and making that some? I mean, would there be any part in a PR's head that would be say, okay, that's okay to go ahead and type in something about January 6th, even if it was neutral, even if it was just speaking upon it's just the experience based on it. Again, you're a football coach. You're not here to go ahead and talk politics. Why are you bringing it in there? It just sounds really stupid when you go ahead and you take a football public figure, you're a coach, and you go ahead and talk about stuff like this. What is your credentials to go ahead and speak on that? We don't see you as that.
I mean, that's one of those things you got to say about Trump. Trump made everybody feel comfortable speaking their mind. It just no matter what political position, no matter how. I mean, as a coach, you're not supposed to say it, but of course, I like that he said. Now that we know where he stands in the reality of everything.
Yeah, but that's damaging to his. To his. Listen, they were calling for his job. For crying out loud. You're being called for your job. Now, was it the right? So here's another question. Was it the right move? Fine instead of firing. Do you both agree that the fine was acceptable, or is that not enough?
I mean, what is enough? That's the question. Like, and then where does the money go? How does fining him change his mindset? It doesn't. Where does the money go that he's fined?
It went to. It's going to.
Went to a charity.
It went.
Yeah, but how does that benefit the community that he's speaking against, or speaking on? Not just him, just this period. So when you find somebody, yeah, okay, you took a little bit off. I give it to the charity, but at the same time, I get the tax write that off, so I get a little back.
Coach, what do you think?
No, I'm with him. I mean, it's like we sit here and we say, hey, what is enough? What is this? What is the point? Because at the end of the day, just like half the football players, they didn't care. They're like, man, I just need him to be a DC because it's a business. At the end of the day, that's all it is. So that they're gonna now we just know how he truly feels about situations. Right. But other than that, it's really nothing you do. You're gonna fire him. All right, fire him. He'll be a DC next year. Like he'll be in a position next year, regardless of the situation. That's the thing about it. Like you fire him, somebody else is gonna just take his spot, and he's gonna take another spot because someone's gonna get fired again.
Well, I actually brought it on the morning show yesterday in regards to maybe the same thing as Colin Kaepernick taking a knee. Colin Kaepernick got blackballed from the league. Could Jack Del Rio be blackballed from the league because of this?
No, he's not.
No, but you got to realize what was the blackball part. It wasn't the knee. It was the disrespect of doing it during the pledge, like during the anthem. Those are what was everybody was saying about it. So that was, hey, you're disrespecting our country. You're disrespecting the Air Force, the Navy, our service, and everybody else. That's what everybody twisted about Colin Kaepernick. What he said is no different from what anybody else say on a regular day basis. He's just a public figure. But at the end of the day, it's like, okay, it baffles me when people say, hey, I want him fired. Okay, fire him. He's going to be on a podcast, or he's going to be on some radio station, or he's going to be on the news talking football, and he's going to be not a head coach. He's going to either be a position coach or DC next year.
So do you guys agree? And again, I know this is like a real bubble question, but as a team owner or just in charge of the team itself, is this a worthy punishment? Is this a worthy type of action, especially for a team that's been in a tailspin with all sorts of allegations?
No.
Would you? For
me, I've said it plenty of times. It's you go have those conversations. Like we as a race, I mean, we all have to have these conversations because as a white man, and me as being a black man, I don't know what it's like to be a white man. I've never stepped in your feet because guess what? I've always been black. My family's always been black. So I don't kind of understand your side of the story. And I think that's one of the issues when you take Jack Del Rio. He looks at players as players. They're just players. It's business. You go on to the next team, and we might have somewhat of a relationship, but you're not in my circle. So for me, it's one of those things. Hey, you want to make these comments because I think it's a lack of knowledge of knowing the situation for other races. Like you see it and you might read it, or you might not just pay no attention to it and go on with your life. So I just feel like he has to go. You go to one of those and have those conversations with the police. You have those conversations with African Americans. Hell, you can start that with the players on your team and know how they feel about those situations, know how they feel about those things. That's where we mess up as a culture. This is where we mess up as in the United States because we're kind of in our own little circles. Like either we're in a race class or in the wealth, the poor class. Like we're all divided without the knowledge of knowing of how the other person feels about situations.
Mike, you had mentioned before, how do you know what's enough? What would be, if you were in charge of that team, what would be a rightful punishment?
I mean, you're going to have to think two-sided. You know, you don't want to do something that's going to hurt the team because hurting the team in the long haul affects me as the owner. But I think some form of fashion of not just giving back financially, giving back time. I think time is more valuable than money, because you make enough money to where I can write that off and I'm good with that. So it's not necessarily a monetary value. I think you're going to get that, and the time would probably be more sufficient than just, here you go, a check.
So maybe like a suspension, maybe.
Once again, I don't know, because that affects my bottom line if you're not there.
It affects the team, right. So yes,
so in the off season, I may have you doing multiple hours of community service where I think your time is more valuable than just the money that you're giving also.
Okay. I kind of dig that. I kind of did. Listen, you're going to go ahead and put some labor work for the work you said.
And I think it'll be a community action of your picking also.
Oh, okay. I got you. All right. Yeah. So as I guess we all understand, listen, this is a tough judgment call to the PR team, the ownership over there of the Commanders. Is like, what is going to be a proper punishment? They go ahead and say, well, you're going to pay $100,000 and we're going to go ahead and put it into a community fund or a something to help out other people of what happened on January 6th. So once again, Coach Mike, Coach Bennett, here with us here on the Touchdown Crew, 813-699-5353. The phone lines are open if you want to chime in. Want to thank everybody. We are on the Touchdown Crew Facebook page. And don't forget, of course, check us out on asaptvnetwork.net. We're part of the ASAP Sports Network. So make sure you go ahead and like them on Facebook, share the show, share the love, and let's go ahead and move on to our next topic. So we got two quarterbacks that are in limbo. I don't think they're dancing with each other doing the limbo. Jimmy G still recovering from surgery. Baker Mayfield still recovering from being Baker. Right now, Baker's got a fully guaranteed contract that Cleveland's going to owe, regardless if he stays on the team or not. Jimmy G, they can let him go and just not even pay him anymore. It's not guaranteed. Rumors are that they're not able to find a suitor for Jimmy G because A, of salary, and B, of shoulder surgery. So what San Francisco is apparently looking to do, maybe if they don't find a suitor, maybe go ahead and cut him. And Baker, there's even rumors that they may cut Baker. But there's also rumors that they say they keep Baker in case of Deshaun Watson's suspension. They'll have him play, which I think is a bad idea anyway. I think it would just go with Brissett, and I think we've discussed this multiple times in regards to it. But these two quarterbacks, they're out there in the news. Jimmy G and Baker. Let's start with Jimmy G first, because we've talked Baker before. Jimmy G, again, possibly being released. If he does get released, what team jumps on him? Let's go with Coach Bennett on this one here.
Well, I don't think he's going to get released, but
do you think he stays on the team?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Okay. Yes. I mean, he has a hurt shoulder. You don't know. No one knows how, because they're not going to release him because they're going to have to pay him. If they're going to release him, they're going to have to do it now. If they wait till August, then they have to pay the whole contract out.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. But before, and I apologize for the cameras, before the contract actually kicks in, I think that's when they'll release him. I think they'll try to see what they have for him. They're going to try to see if they can find a suitor and get something for him. But if they can't, I think they got to let him go before they eat that contract.
I think no one's gonna pick him up. I think right now, unless it's like a injury, because everybody's pretty set at quarterback right now. Like we can sit there and say,
Seattle?
Yes.
They believe they said.
They believe that they're set. They got they got those two guys up there. They're gonna let them battle because they don't want to pay the money. Because if that was the case about paying the money, you would have tried to keep Russ. You don't want.
Wouldn't you go? I mean, all right. Scenario: they release Jimmy G. Seattle says, Number one, it's a quarterback that was in our division. Number two, still pretty young. Yes, he's injury prone, but a lot better than Drew Lock. A lot better than these other quarterbacks that we got going on here.
But we don't know that, Charles.
Well, I'm just saying. Hear me out. Hear me out.
All right.
Just say, okay, he clears waivers. He gets released, and nobody else picks him up. And Jimmy G's trying to go ahead and sign with somebody else. Nobody picks him up. Doesn't Seattle just go in there and say, hey, here's a prove it contract, like 1 year with incentive based all over it?
No, because you don't know. No, you don't, because you don't know how bad his shoulder is. Because he said it himself, he's behind on where he thought he was supposed to, where everybody thought he was supposed to be. I think that's the issue. Like, he has a shoulder issue. Like, as a quarterback, that's one of the things you need to throw the football. You need your shoulder. So I just really think no one's going to really touch him this year. And if anything, he'll stay with the 49ers. And if Trey Lance doesn't do his thing, then they're gonna put Jimmy back there to do it. I just really, really believe that both of them, Baker Mayfield or not now one of them, they're not gonna spend the money on it. Like we keep saying, Seattle doesn't. They don't want to spend money on a quarterback. They want to spend money on that receiver that they have to pay. They want to spend money. They want to get the free defensive players. They want to get free agents to come help and play defense and pound the ball and then throw. And then this guy play action and throw the football. They want to go back to when Russ was, when the defense was good and everybody was talking about the boom. Right. I just don't. I think no one's gonna buy it. I wouldn't take you. You're not gonna take Baker. Why would you pay?
No, I wouldn't touch Baker with a 10-foot pole. I wouldn't touch Baker if they paid his salary and put him on my team. Forget it.
Because everybody keeps saying Seattle. I think Seattle's in the point where they're not worried about this year. It's next year. Is when they're going to try to make their move to make plays. Coach
Mike, what's your thoughts on that?
Well, I think everybody's speaking Seattle because you let a top tier name quarterback leave, and everybody wants to replace that guy with another name. That's the one part with Seattle. I think Jimmy G has spoke with management and said, I'm willing to step back and be a mentor to Trey, which is allowing him to stay around. I'm not touching Baker with nothing. He brings too much. I think we've showed that we gave you weapons and you still didn't produce to the level we wanted you to produce at. So we're not going to continue to go with you.
Okay.
But no one knows about his shoulder.
Say it again.
No one knows about his shoulder, Jimmy G.
That's why nobody else will touch him. And that's why I think he's saying, hey, I'll sit back to keep me around, to keep rehabbing, and I can mentor Trey Lance.
Yeah, so if he's looking
to mentor him.
If he's looking to be a mentor, that's a pretty expensive mentor. I'm just letting you know. I mean, you're looking at paying this guy a lot of money on this deal and his last year, and you're going to pay him to be a mentor. I'm just saying.
But it's not even just that though. It buys time for him, his shoulder to heal and everything.
But why would the 49ers group take, if he's not going to play? Why would you go ahead and eat that contract?
Because Charles, it is one of those things, and we're right now, everybody. Let's just agree on this. Do we all agree that 49ers are gonna make the playoffs? Yes or no?
We all did. Yeah, I think we all did.
I think I have them on there. Yeah.
So you're not worried about majority of the regular season. You're ready. You're trying to get ready for December, January, February, hopefully February.
But $16 million just to get ready for January and February?
That's what you played for.
That's what you pay. You would eat. Look, you would eat that as an owner if he'd be ready to get you where you need to be. If he gives you
he's not on the field. You think he's really going to do that much difference to Trey Lance off the field?
Oh, off the field is just as important in that video room. Yes, sir.
All right.
You can get in that video room and slow that game down on the field. Most definitely.
I just get the
feeling some great things already.
I just get the feeling it's like, listen, he's a great teammate. I mean, all of his everywhere he's played has said that he's awesome to be around. He's a great teammate. He helps out everybody. But again, listen, I'm looking at the overall numbers. That $16 million could go to like another receiver. It can go to another offensive line, another running back, another defensive end. It's just, I mean, $16 million. That's a lot. You want to have players on the field for that.
But let me ask you this, Charles.
Go ahead.
Who is a better backup?
Well, listen, you can get somebody on a 1-year deal, but
why not have Jimmy with who already knows the system? Like Like
I'm talking numbers here, though.
I understand what you're saying. You're saying 16 million, but we're talking about 1 year. You're talking about 1 year, 16 million. Like you said right now, you said you can get another receiver. What receiver are you gonna get, Charles? Because you still can get him for the cheap. They still got salary cap.
So all right. So right now for San Francisco, what are they at salary cap wise? Do anybody know the numbers?
I don't know the numbers. They're not in the negative. Give me 1 second, and I
don't think anybody's in the negative except New Orleans, and New Orleans pulled themselves out and didn't have to do anything. They got H&R Block to take care of that. My God, but yeah, Baker obviously does Cleveland keep Baker? That's the thing. Is like we'll switch on until we find out the numbers for San Francisco. But does Cleveland keep Baker in the interim, or do they ride with Brissett during the suspension? Go, Mike. I'm going to go to you since
I say I don't. Baker doesn't do it for me.
He doesn't do it for me either. But does Cleveland stupid?
I cut him. I cut him. Cut my losses now because I don't want to start no controversy. I'd rather start it with Brissett, and he knows his position. Baker, type of guy who wins 4, 5, 6 games and says in front of the media and starts stuff that we ain't trying to have.
Yeah, he starts acting like a little child. But yeah, Brissett actually has started games back in Indy, so he can be a starting quarterback. He's not valued as a top 10 quarterback or anything, or not even a top 20, to be honest with you. But, Brissett, he can scramble. He can move around the pocket. He can throw. He could definitely go ahead and hold his own for the first however many games that Deshaun goes ahead and gets injured. But the brain trust in Cleveland, do they see that the same way? Do they see Brissett as the same way to go ahead and fill in instead of Baker? They've already given Baker a clearance to miss OTAs or voluntary minicamps, whichever one they were holding there. So they gave him an excuse to go. So they could be the beginning for the end.
Yeah, they might as well just go ahead and cut that man.
Yeah,
I don't know what they're stalling and waiting on. You didn't, like you said, you didn't let him.
Honestly, they can get something for him.
Man, so we're just gonna keep him on. But again, he's another guy. When I don't know what the exact date, but once the season start officially,
Cleveland's on the hook for it, no matter what date.
They're on the hook no matter what. So basically, no one's gonna sit there and say, "Hey, Cleveland, we'll pay half the salary for Baker." No. So either
is there any team out there that could go ahead and say, yeah, we'll go ahead and eat half his salary. We'll pay him 13-14 million this year. You guys cover the other half, and we'll go ahead and make sure that he throws 20 interceptions on our team.
No, I don't like that. That's the thing. Like we sit here and we even we go back to Jimmy. No one wants these. They don't need these quarterbacks. They don't need the money because they're not. These are not guys that's in here that's going to say, give us a chance to play in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sorry, Baker ain't bringing anybody to the Super Bowl. I don't care.
What I'm saying. And Jimmy, no one's gonna pay for Jimmy with a bum shoulder to say, "Hey, this is a chance. We'll take this and we'll give you this for Jimmy for a shot to go to the Super Bowl." No, so he's gonna stay where he's at, and either they're gonna release him, or let him go after his contract, or they're gonna try to trade him later on. It's one of the two. But I wouldn't cut Jimmy because it's like I don't need Jimmy for August, September, October, November. Yeah. If Trey Lance is struggling, because we gotta look at it. They made the playoffs, and what they do, they ran the football. Jimmy.
Isn't that what they do over there? They just run the football. That's what they do, don't they?
Yes, but you still have a young quarterback. Like there's a difference between him.
Second-year quarterback, by the way, which we're going to get into, by the way.
He's a second-year quarterback, but he's still raw. He's just raw talent right now. So he's still both. And again, I don't know how he's done it in OTAs and everything else. So it's one of those things that we got to wait and see. But no, Joe, Jimmy's not going to Houston. When you think about Lovey, everybody knows Lovey. Lovey doesn't care about quarterbacks. He didn't care about quarterbacks.
And they got Davis Mills. Davis Mills actually looks like he could be improving. Let's take some of these comments here. 813-699-5353 if you want to jump on the phone lines. But John Monroe, of course, giving us his Go Cowboys mantra. And listen, I don't know, man. We'll see.
You know where they're going.
Yep. Anthony Price says, would you keep Locke because he's cheaper?
Yes.
I guess so. That would be there. He also says Jimmy G will finish the season as the start. No, I don't even think he's winning the starting job, to be honest with you. That's just my thing. Freddie's giving us some fire, tells us we have a great show. Thank you, Freddie, for the support. Jimmy G to Houston has been my off-season take. I still think, honestly, I still think Jimmy G is going to be a Seattle Seahawk. That's my opinion.
But
I'm probably going to be wrong.
But that's another thing too, Charles. Would you cut him so he could go to Seattle against a team that's in your division?
I'm cutting him because, again, I'm looking at the financial aspect of it.
The only people that do that is the Patriots and the Dolphins.
Exactly. That's what we do, and we've never had to worry about the Dolphins before until now.
Yeah,
so there you go.
I don't see Jimmy.
But here's the thing: I take a look at the 49er team as a whole, and I say, yeah, take Jimmy. I don't think it's going to make much of a difference. I still think we're going to beat you in the regular season. I still think you're not going to go anywhere. You know, Jimmy, let's be honest. When Jimmy plays and starts games, Jimmy is usually on the winning end. So you take that. If he can play, you have a good shot at winning. That's all I'm going to say. And Anthony just made another stupid comment. Anthony made the first stupid comment is, would you take Jimmy to Tampa to back up Brady?
No.
That's like like taking an ex-girlfriend and reuniting him with the boyfriend. It's like, no, you don't do that.
But Jimmy doesn't fit. He doesn't fit what Tampa does. Like, he doesn't fit that. Tampa wants to throw the football. They have receivers, so they want to go 3-4 wide. They don't want that. Look, Jimmy
double tight end in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Jimmy fits what the 49ers do. And that's the thing with the 49ers. I don't see them cutting him so he can go to Seattle because they don't want him to go against them. Because number one, he knows how the offense is. He's been in the system. He knows how the offense thinks. He knows how the defense react. He knows weaknesses. That's just like anybody. Anybody you take that player off, he can tell you about each player, what they like to do, and just film study. So I don't see them doing that. Number one, I say you keep him. I don't see Jimmy going to Houston because Lovie Smith don't roll like that. Lovie Smith don't believe in paying quarterbacks unless you are a Super Bowl caliber quarterback. I would think
Lovie would see Davis Mills as a better quarterback than Jimmy G anyway, because number one, he's been in the system for a year. He's a second year guy. He's only going to get better. Yeah, so I wouldn't bring a veteran in there and not for $16 million to go ahead and say, yeah, go ahead and mentor my quarterback. I think they're doing a great job of mentoring him as it is.
Yeah, and he's cheap. He was third round.
Well, whatever. He's a Dollar General starter right there.
Yeah, and how Lovie Smith works. He's gonna his first focus right now is gonna be defense, and after he gets his defense where he needs him to be, then he's gonna focus on offense, and he's gonna get skilled guys around him.
All right, Mike. Go ahead and close out this topic here of Jimmy G going somewhere somehow with money or whatever. What's your thoughts on Jimmy?
Jimmy G stays. I don't think they cut him. They know the value of him off the field is very exceptional. He teaches them the offense, slows the game down for the young fella. Now, the year after that, if he's healthy, I think they trade for him to get him out of there.
Now, does Jimmy start at all this season, though? Does Jimmy start at all?
I think not.
Okay. Yes.
So we're all in agreements that Jimmy does not get back that starting position. Trey Lance is open up his bag of chips and staying on the field.
I think Jimmy will start a game because I think Trey Lance is going to get hurt.
Oh, okay.
But outside of hurt, you don't see him taking it from him.
No.
Okay. So just injury. Say, hey, Trey's hurt. Jimmy, get in there.
Yes.
We'll just have you hand the ball 50 times a day. That's 50 times a game. That's all. And just make sure you don't hurt that shoulder because trade value could be coming in. All right. So Jimmy G, Baker, we cut them off the topic list here. So we move along here. 813-699-5353. Once again, thanks for everybody to listen in. on the Facebook here on the Facebook page for the Touchdown Crew, facebook.com/TDC.ASAP. And, of course, we're online at the ASAPTVnetwork.net. Make sure you go ahead and visit that as well. Plus, we're on Twitch. We're on Twitter. We're on YouTube. Listen, any place you can watch a video, we're probably on there, except OnlyFans, because we're not getting naked. So let's go to the next topic here. We got receivers that are getting paid. Cooper Kupp, big deal. Renfrow got an extension. DK Metcalf. Where is he? Where's the love for DK? Why is there no love for DK, Coach Bennett? Why is there no love for DK?
Because he hadn't done anything special. Only thing you know, man, is going to chase somebody down. And he tried to go run the 100 in the Olympics. He hasn't done anything. Like he looks good. You know, he talked about his diet. All he does is eat candy and everything. But to me, I don't even have him as a top 10, top 15 wide receiver. He's just a big specimen that looks good.
But is he worth extending? Is he worth negotiating right now, or you just want to go ahead and make him sweat it? No, Mike, what do you say on that?
I don't. For me, he's not an exceptional route runner at all. He's just a big guy. He's a 50-50 ball catcher, and most of the time, those type of receivers don't really get big time money. And with Seattle is not a big time. Hey, we want you to throw the ball 40, 50 times a game. So I think for him to possibly have a chance to get paid, he got to get out of Seattle.
Do me a favor, Mike. You're such a beautiful man. I want to see more of you. Can you go ahead and tilt your camera down a little bit? Yeah, I want to see that lovely chest that you got. There we go. Now we're talking. All right. Thank you very much, Mike. All right. So the two players that did get paid, Cooper Kupp got an $80 million contract. Renfrow for the Raiders got $36 million over 2 years, $32 million over 2 years. Did Cooper get overpaid, or is this what you expect Cooper to get paid there, Mike?
I don't think he got overpaid. He's been producing consistently over the last few years. He's worth it, and the Rams did the right thing by doing what they needed to do, handle his bank account correctly, and make sure he stay home.
All right, Vic, what do you think?
Oh, I think man. Everything's going up. Gas went up.
You're really gonna go ahead and take Cooper Kupp's contract versus the gas price going up?
I'm just saying everything's going up.
It's like $10 in gas over there in California. He could have got another $20 million.
Yeah, honestly, I really think he deserved the money. I mean, he was a triple crowner, went to the Super Bowl. Pretty much that last drive, it was the Cooper Kupp show because they was like, hey, forget everybody else, Cooper. Get open.
So that was that drive was the pay me boys drive. That was the show me the money drive.
Yeah, that's all it was. Because it's just one of those days, man.
Anthony says, you don't think DK is top 15, guys?
No, I don't.
Where do you list DK at? Like seriously, if you were to go ahead, top what? Is he a top anything, or is he just kind of like a glorified?
He's in the top 20. I don't put him as top 15.
Okay, but still, that's not worthy of him going ahead and getting some money.
I mean, because if you look at it, you take the division. DK's what, 4th, 5th in his own
division? That's not bad, man. You take a look at all the receivers they have over there. That's not bad.
But if you take 4th or 5th out of your own division,
we're talking about Debo, right? We're talking about Debo. We're talking about Kupp. We're talking about who else? Who else? I think he's number 2 on his own team.
Who?
DK. No, excuse me. No, yeah.
Behind Lockett?
That's 5.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's just his division.
That's still, if you take a look at that division, there's some studs on that division.
Yeah, but if you're not number 1 in your division and you start looking outside your division, it drops you.
Well, yeah, it drops, obviously. No, so number 5 in the division.
I don't think
15.
You said what?
I'd say number 15.
You say he's 15?
I'd say he's definitely somewhere in the top 15.
So right now
he's out of 15. I don't know if he's not top 15. Being number 5 in your own division is not going to allow you to be 15. It's impossible.
So who else do you have in this conference? I said top 15 in the conference.
Oh, in the conference?
Conference?
He might be in the conference. I was saying NFL overall. Because if you go and you look, you take Tampa, I take Evans, and I take Godwin over him.
Right. Yeah, I agree with that.
I
don't know if he's 15 in the conference.
Really?
Oh.
That's that's something we may have to do next week. We have to maybe because we're going to do the quarterbacks this week. We may have to do receivers next week.
I don't think. I'm sorry, man, Anthony. Man, I know you're a listener. I just don't think DK hasn't showed me nothing to say that he's top 15. And I'm talking about in the league. I don't know in the conference. I got to go really look at this and really write this down. But I don't really see it. I don't really see him. DK. He looks good, but like I said, somebody please show me or tell me what play have you seen DK do that they show highlights of? The only one I see is him going to chase somebody down. That's the only one that he talks about. That's what everybody talks about. I don't
Sports guy Jado says, "What up, fellas?" And he's like, "Whoa!" Apparently, he's also shocked at the DK. Listen, you guys disagree out there. Give us a call. Let's hear your debate. 813-699-5353. There's the banner right there, baby. 813-699.
He might sneak in 15 in this conference.
In the conference,
he might sneak in.
But you have to, Mike. If he's not top 10,
he's not top 10 in this conference.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
he's 15 in the conference because if he's not 15 in the conference, he's out of the top 20. Because once we go to the AFC, there's a lot of guys.
Yeah.
Sports guy says DK definitely top 15. Deep threats, fast to heck for his size. No, his size also gives it up there too.
That doesn't make him a great receiver.
Yeah, like everybody keeps saying that he got size and he's the deep threat. So sports guy.
He'll go ahead and snag that 50-50 ball, which is a lot of times, listen, that's saving your quarterback, really. I mean, the size alone, you got to take a look. What's the average cornerback size? You're looking at 5'9", 5'10", 5'11". There's some 6-footers there. But you take his size, man, he's going to go up and get it. And that's the thing. When you're down in the red zone, that's that jump ball that's going to be in the fade route that you're going to go get. I'm just saying, that's important to have. No?
Charles.
No. Charles. No.
Are you taking him over Mike Evans for the deep?
No. Listen, I'm not saying he's top 2.
Are you taking him or Michael Thomas?
Come on. No, I'll go say no on that one.
So are you taking him? Are you taking him over Debo? We'll go back to
I'll take him over Debo.
Wow.
Okay. We'll talk about this next week.
Like I said, let's talk. We'll talk about this next week. We'll talk about it next week. I had to do something. Go ahead and break it up because I know you're just going to keep listening off receivers and it's going to take up the whole show.
Yeah. Because we really gonna talk about this next week. Debo, I don't care what you say. People see here.
Man. There you go. There's one you have to argue with right now. DK over Michael Thomas.
No.
Boy, you crazy. I'm not really entertaining that. Man, come on, man.
So let's talk about Renfrow for the Raiders. Renfrow gets a 2-year extension, $32 million, $16 million a season. Good deal for the Raiders, or do you think Renfrow should have held out for more?
I think he's in the best position ever. Take what you can get. You're one of Carr's favorite receivers. Guess what? And your head coach looks at you as how he looked at all them other little slot receivers in New England. So take your money and you get more in a couple of years, sir.
Mike, what do you say?
I think he needs to just go shine because the weapons around him is going to allow him to be exceptionally rewarding for him. The tight end, the receiver they just got, the quarterback that's very, very, very talented. They're going and the running game. He's going to be getting a lot of one-on-one coverage, which will end up making him more money on the back end. So take it, run with it, and enjoy the money right now.
Yeah, boy's getting paid, and he knows how to go ahead and play. So it's like and it's only a couple of years. So you know what can you do in a couple of years, man? You can go ahead and just jack that up almost like 100% later afterwards, maybe 200%, double it. Coach Bennett here with us here on the Touchdown Crew. I'm your host, Charles. 813-699-5353. We're part of the ASAP TV network, asaptvnetwork.net. And, of course, we're on the Facebook on the ASAP network and also now on the Touchdown Crew Facebook page. Go ahead and like and share the Facebook page on the Touchdown Crew. It's facebook.com/TDC.ASAP. We'll go ahead and take some of your calls. If you call in, 813-699-5353. But right now, heated chat room going on here. Anthony Price says, yes, it's a good deal. One of the best route runners in the NFL.
No.
Guy. I believe Renfrow will get paid again if he keeps balling out. I agree. I think so. I think if he goes ahead and keeps balling, again, that next contract is just going to be would we dare to say Cooper Kuppish?
No, hell, no, man. Listen, he is the next slot, one of the top slot receivers. And guess what? Wes Welker, Julian Edelman.
He's gonna make him like that.
That's who he's gonna be. And if you, like I said, and think about the tight end. Now I'm not gonna put him at Gronk's level, but he's gonna be the offense is gonna run just like that because he has the same toys that he had when he had Brady, and he had all those guys when they was winning Super Bowl.
Remember, you don't have to be at Gronk level to be a good tight end. I'm just saying, you just got to go ahead and have to perform it. And I think, if anything, Josh McDaniels should have a scheme that's going to fit. And that's one of the things that Josh McDaniels does is he's going to make sure that he has players that fit his system. If you don't get players that fit his system, you're not going to be like Cleveland and just get, oh, you're a big name. Come on over here. Oh, well, we don't have any plays for you, but you can still, maybe sell some tickets for us. That's about it, though. Sports Guy says he almost broke their record for most receptions in the season. He's good with elite route running. Again, Sports Guy is backing up Renfrow. He likes Renfrow.
You think he runs better routes than Devontae Adams? Come on, man.
I'm hearing crickets on that one.
I'm not gonna say he's a good route runner because if you say here's the point, Sports Guy, because I know your team. If he was such an elite route runner on that goal line when they in the playoffs, he would have got open and would have scored a touchdown.
Ooh.
Against Cincy.
Shots being fired.
He's productive as a slot receiver. I think a lot of people got to understand there's a difference between a slot receiver and an X and a Z receiver on the outside. One, you're getting against most times you're getting a third, fourth, maybe fifth best cornerback on that team. And if you're an okay to better than average route runner, which he is, you're going to win those combinations. When you get put out on that island and you're on the line by yourself, and you got that number 1 or 2 cornerback on you, it's a different world out there. And I don't think he's winning those matchups in the NFL.
No, but he definitely can catch the ball. But yeah, with Devontae Adams coming in, yeah, I'm sure his workload's going to go down. But I still think McDaniels, he's going to go ahead and teach Carr. Listen, okay, we know Adams is your number 1, but Renfrow, probably your number 2, your number 2 look. And I think you're going to see Adams being covered and double teamed and all that stuff. Renfrow's going to run wide open. You may see him eclipse that reception mark. You don't know.
Oh, they're gonna eat.
Yeah,
Carr's gonna eat. Mike,
he's gonna eat.
Carr.
I didn't say he wasn't.
Wait. What's Carr gonna eat?
You heard me say they got an exceptional quarterback.
What the hell are you talking about? He's the one feeding everybody.
I know.
Oh my God.
He has a lot of things that allows him to be exceptionally well.
Yeah.
He just got better with more weapons.
But no, man.
He's a good quarterback, man.
No, I'm with you. It's just
I'll take him over a lot.
Vic wants to have some fun. That's
I'm just gonna say I'm a receiver coach, man. Like that's what I do. So when people be saying some of these stuff about these receivers, like I be wanting to keep the conversation going, but I know we're not talking about receivers this week. That's why I'm just being quiet.
All right. So maybe we'll talk about.
Do you think he's able to play the Z or the X?
Who? Hunter? No, he's a slot.
Okay.
No. He's a slot guy. He's go against the linebacker slash if they go to nickel
safety or something coming down nickel back.
Yeah, he's going against the third guy. He's not. You can't put him on the outside and do things. And like I said, I like what they're doing with the Raiders, but
Hey, let's talk real quickly. Real quick question before we move on to the next one. What's the next receiver that gets paid? Does OBJ finally go ahead and get paid, or are we talking about maybe middle of the season that he goes ahead and finally gets there?
He got to rehab first before somebody try to give him some big contract.
Yeah. I don't think OBJ is gonna ever get a big contract again. Just because this is your third knee surgery, your second one on one leg. So
you think it's one and done?
I think he's going to get the one, maybe 2 years. He might get a one for 16 million, 17 million, like something short. I don't think they're going to give him anything long or anything big.
Off the top of you guys' head, anybody out there that you see is, the next deal that gets inked, the next big deal that we read about?
Debo.
In Frisco?
Yeah, in Frisco, or somebody gonna take him?
No, Debo ain't going nowhere.
Okay, so
Debo's one that look.
Like, he just don't want to play running back.
Say, man, he wants to play. He wants receiver money. Like these young cats, they pout and they complain. But guess what? When July 30th and when August hit, guess what? They're gonna show up, man. They gonna show up because you ain't finna miss $17 million. Look, my mama.
They mama telling them. Boy, take your hands to practice.
hey, look, she kind of like, baby, you know what's going on, right? Oh, you holding out? Okay, that's fine. But when August comes, if you don't get a new check or you're not traded, get your butt on up there. You ain't finna miss out no $17, $18 million. Now I don't care what you say.
813-699-5353. Mike, Chicago Mike said we all froze. Are we still seeing each other on? Are we still online up there, or somebody said we froze? So
yeah, I see y'all.
Yeah, let's double check on that. But let's go ahead and keep moving on here. We're not going to go ahead and hijack the show just to make sure we're not frozen or anything like that. Couple of ownership changes. Well, one ownership change, one possibly. The Denver Broncos are now property of Wal Mart, so they're going to have a 50% discount on all jerseys there at the local Walmart store. $4.5 or $4.6 billion. Seems like that's the going rate for an NFL team right about now. $4.6 billion, and honestly, dude, he could have just bought it and just wrote a check for the whole thing. That's how much he's worth. So moving ownerships with Walmart, or with the Walton family, I should say. We're not going to classify Walmart with Denver, even though that's all the memes that are going around. But the move to go ahead, obviously they're going to stay in Denver. They're not, nothing's been talked about moving or anything like that. But what do you see? Do you see anything different with the Waltons going ahead and owning the Broncos? I mean, do you see any changes on this here, or we're just seeing just a basic ownership move? Everything goes business as usual.
Probably. I think it's the same.
Yeah,
I think it's just business as usual. I mean, he's not like, I couldn't tell you who was the face of Walmart or who. I just know the great grandfather who started it. So he's just gonna be in the background and let John Elway do what he does and say, "Hey, you know football a bit more than me. I'm just gonna do the business aspect of it." Is
Elway still part of the Broncos?
Yes.
I thought he stepped down as vice president or something.
He's still something. He's a god down there. And I like what he. But I would say this though, he's being smart. Like, he's getting Peyton Manning, a football mind that everybody thinks, not everybody, but he's very knowledgeable and he knows a lot about football to come help also. So that's the one good thing you can say about him. He's not going in pretty much trying to do it himself. Like, hey, I need football people to do this and make this go. I will take care of everything else.
Yeah. Mike,
money's not an issue with him.
Yeah, you have any thoughts, Mike, in regards to the ownership change in here, and of course, the Peyton Manning joining Denver?
I think he has to let the offense, not the offense. I'm speaking. Let the offense run as it's been running. He need to just step back, because if his mindset is the same as he tried to do Walmart, the Broncos could turn into a serious joke within the league. But I think he is just coming in as a businessman and sees the financial asset of owning an NFL team. I'm not 100% sold on the Peyton Manning thing. I just don't. I'm not a player great. Is he a person that can evaluate talent? Not 100% sure.
He's a nerd.
Yeah. What would be?
What's he a nerd?
What's Peyton Manning's role in this one though? What is he coming in as?
I can't remember.
I don't think it's been like sometimes they just put football operations or personnel operations.
Yeah, they didn't say exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, Peyton Manning cheerleader, pretty much.
They haven't said exactly what they want him to do, but they still.
Now would this affect his Monday Night Football responsibilities with him and Eli? Because they do kind of have an entertaining show while the game's going on. That's for people that really, I guess, could care less about the game and just want to see the entertainment. But they do. It's a different aspect of Monday Night Football, where it's like all of a sudden it's like kind of like a late night talk show with the football game going on 66% of your screen.
No, he'll still do that. It's just like I said, it's ownership and an advisory role. They haven't said exactly what he's doing, so he'll still do that show. But like I was telling Mike, Peyton Manning's a nerd, man. He's a nerd of football. I don't care what. Hey, I've heard stories like his wife when he got drafted to the Colts. Like his wife pretty much picked out his outfits. Like she color coded, had like pictures, like, hey, this is what you wear for this day and this, and had his food ordered for him and everything else. Because all he is focused, like he's just football. Like he's football. And now, because even if you saw him when he was playing, everything was about football. Now you kind of see a different side of him because, of course, he's out of he's not a football player anymore.
No, I'm not speaking on the knowledge. I'm just saying, like, and this coming from the coaching side, like you have players who can play and exceptional players. He's a Hall of Famer, no doubt about it. Evaluating talent, not knowing if that's going to be his role to evaluate talent and say, let's go get this guy. He fits because as a player once before, are you able to step out of that player role and say, oh, if he was with me, this guy would be this, that, and the third, but you don't have that. How are you able to identify the talent to mesh with another talent?
Are you saying he's going to be like a scout?
No, not saying that. But, if you're dealing with player personnel, you have to, you're talking and discussing part of that. Not saying you going place to place and say, hey, look at this college kid.
But I think, but you also, you gotta look at it when you talk about Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning was known for what? That big old head of his, Mr. Potato Head. He wasn't known for his athletic ability. He wasn't known for all these things. And don't get me wrong, I'm playing a joke. Peyton Manning is a great quarterback, and he's very, very knowledgeable of the game. I would love to sit down and have conversations with Peyton.
Oh yeah,
just to talk football and see how he see things. But he's very, very, very knowledgeable. Like even if you watch his show, him and his brother, and they get to start talking about quarterbacks, you see what they're reading and they see what they're seeing. Like he is knowledgeable of what he does because guess what? He's not athletic. A lot of times when you get coaches in those situations or that were great or Hall of Fame players, they don't know how to coach or teach or evaluate talent of other people because they were so athletic or they were so driven or they were so determined. But when you look at Peyton Manning, it's the total opposite. I wasn't the athletic one. My brother was the more athletic one. I was the brain. So I think it's a big difference for him.
Do you think those two still get at it? It's like, which one was better?
Oh,
they each won 2 Super Bowls.
You gonna fight that to the end, especially as brother rivalry. You
right?
We both would have won no rings, and I still would have said I was closer than you were.
I say I'm talking about as Eli. I stood the same team for the entire season, and Peyton's like, yeah, but you kind of sucked in the middle of it. I was great wherever I went, even with a broken neck.
Yeah. And that's what's so cool about them, all three of them, because even Cooper started getting some shine in commercials and everything.
Oh God, watch out! We got another one coming out. That's right, another Manning coming into the NFL. Where's little Brady? We got to have a little Brady going on against him. 813-699-5353. Dean Spanos and the Chargers. Dean is under some hot water in regards to a lawsuit. Didn't really tackle it much in regards to it, but apparently something in his family going on that his sister was claiming some not so nice things, I should say. Is this something that could get Spanos cut out of the Chargers and new ownership bringing back the Chargers to San Diego, maybe? Or am I just dreaming of this?
Man, you dreaming, man. They gonna stay where they at. It costs too much money. It's not too much. It's too much money because you got to rebuild a stadium, and he's not gonna put the money to do that. So I just truly believe that they're gonna stay where they're at and share that stadium until they can't share it anymore.
So if Spanos do you see this lawsuit happening where they strip Spanos or sell the team because of this lawsuit?
No.
Okay. Mike,
hell, you see the freaking Washington Commanders, all the stuff they're going through, and they still kept their team. No,
well, I don't know. I don't know what Snyder looks like a nerd anyway. He could probably go ahead and get this awesome defense team of lawyers and argue to the death of just keeping his team. I don't know. Does Spanos have the same argument, or is this a little bit? Is this a little bit worse? I mean, I don't think it's worse, but still, it's pretty bad.
When OTAs hit, we're gonna forget all about this.
Yeah, probably.
You're gonna say, "Oh, look at Herbert. He looks so good. He's trimmed down. He's ready to throw the football across." Ain't nobody gonna care about that no more.
Yeah, I just never felt right with the Chargers leaving San Diego. I felt it's like, that's kind of a excuse my language, a dick move. Kind of like the Rams leaving St. Louis. It's like, you had this in St. Louis.
It's not the first thing to leave. I thought the first time the Browns left was probably one of the worst.
Oh yeah, I didn't agree with that either.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, if you're gonna go ahead and just add a team, just expand the team to Baltimore. Look how everything worked out anyway. Yeah. We had to add a 31st team in the league to go ahead and just make Cleveland happy. Everybody had a bye week every week. I mean, I didn't care for that. I didn't care for that. So I would love it to see San Diego get their team back. I would love to see it. Plus, get those old uniforms back. My God, these ones suck. We've got some comments on here. Let's go ahead. Some of these actually date back to a couple of the topics that we were talking about here. Sports Guy says, no, but at the same time, he's a good one. Look how the separation he gets from the defender. I think he's still talking about Renfrow. And don't bring my Bengals into this. Okay. Anthony says, do you think Deontay Johnson gets paid before DK?
It depends on how the Pittsburgh values Deontay Johnson. Because one thing we can say about Pittsburgh, they always get a receiver. They are great at drafting the dang receiver. I don't know what it is, but they find guys. They find diamonds in the rough. No matter, you go back from AB, Hines Ward, God, dog, what's the big tall one? I can't think. He shot himself in the
Washington.
Plexico.
Oh, Plexico. Okay, yeah.
Like
I don't think that was just. He was good in Michigan State though.
But I'm just saying, regardless of the situation,
he was a star in Pittsburgh though.
But they find quality. They always find good receivers.
Yeah.
They're great at that. So it just depends on if they value him, they will pay him. I don't know how much Pittsburgh value him because he had a great season last year with Ben. Yeah.
Mike, what do you think? Deontay Johnson getting paid before DK?
I think DK is a product that is being sold exceptionally well. He's not like, I don't want to say he's not a top tier receiver, but when you can name 4 to 5 people in your division better than you, tell me why should I pay you when you're not even the top 2, top 3 in our division?
Makes a good point there.
Like you may not be the best on our team. Like if I trust Lockett a little bit more than I trust you.
Okay. Anthony Price talking about the Broncos being sold to the Walton family. All this will do will raise Wal Mart's stock. Laugh out loud. John Monroe, the Dallas Cowboy lover, says my opinion, Peyton was better. I agree. I think
that's hands down.
Hands down, Pitt better. Anthony says Washington got that lawyer Davis from the TV show Ghost Power. Okay. Anyway, 813-699-5353. Once again, we are part of the ASAP TV network, asaptvnetwork.net. And we are on Facebook as well on the ASAP Network. And we're also on the Touchdown Crew Facebook page, facebook.com/TDC.ASAP. We'd love to go ahead and have you join. All of our articles and our topics will be listed there, as long as a option to watch the show from that area, just in case you don't want to do it through the ASAP Network, which we still want you to do anyway. Cam Newton. Oh, my word. Cam. Does somebody need to bring you a diaper? Does somebody need to bring you a bottle? Somebody need to rock you to bed? I'm blaming the situations I was in Carolina and New England for not being successful. Can we put this guy to bed already? Like, just retire, because obviously I'm back only led to you, starting a few games and then, sitting the bench half the time. It's just, you're going to blame that on situations? Guys, help me out here. What do we do with Cam? What's Cam's mentality right now to go ahead and say all this? He might as well just go ahead and comment on January 6th, to be honest with you.
I've never seen if Cam can be a quarterback without the run threat. And that
he is a run threat, sort of.
Not like he was at first. Not like he was when he was taking them deep into the playoffs when they went. I just don't see him saying, Cam, hey, scramble when needed. And I think some coaches have ran into that with him, like, oh, we got to run a quarterback, let's run him.
Yeah, it's just like, listen, he doesn't have the accuracy on the ball. He just turns the ball over too much. Bad decision making.
Yeah,
and it's like if he doesn't get a wide open receiver, he's more of a threat to run instead of be patient in the pocket. That's what I've seen, especially with his time in New England. I just see him like overthrow people, throwing interceptions at really horrible times, not reading the defense. Literally, I could see this guy coming from a mile away blitzing. He doesn't look at him. He can't read anything. I just think.
And I'm going to put it like this. Is there 64 quarterbacks in the league better than him? When I say 64, that means everybody's holding at least 2.
Yes. I think yes.
You think they're all 64 better than him?
Yeah. Go ahead, Coach.
I don't think so.
No, I think he's
at the time, but what's holding him back is also financial. Like, bro, ain't nobody going to pay you what you think you worth.
Got a point there. All right. Coach Vic, what do you think? Cam?
I think you go in and you just be the wild back. You play quarterback and you run the football. Go score some touchdowns, go to sit on the sideline and let the other quarterback throw the football. He's
like
not
here New Orleans.
Yeah. He play like a Tyson Hill, run some routes, catch some footballs. I just don't really see. He's not a starter. He'll never be a starter again. And I think this is one of those. I'm crying out because I'm trying to get public opinion to help me out, help me get a job. Like, I put myself in these situations. Yeah, of course, because you put yourself in those situations because those are the only 2 teams that offer you a job. So of course you're gonna take the job. And
but is there any blame to the coaching staff or the system that puts that Cam Newton in that position? Are they setting him up for failure? I don't think that's their intention, but maybe they see something that's not really there.
Sometimes we see a name and we got to some coaches don't understand every player. I'm not going to just say quarterback. Every player does not fit a system because you can have a guy. For instance, your guy, Randy Moss, he went to the Raiders and everybody was like, man, he needs to be done. And then he's the brand new Randy Moss in New England.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
System.
So, yeah, that's true. Did people go ahead, Vic?
No, I'm just saying, but we put Cam with the greatest coach of all time, the innovator. Everybody's playing checkers. He's playing chess up there in New England, and he tricked games off and they got rid of him. So it's just, there's not a system that fits Cam now because he really can't throw the football. And nowadays you have to throw the football because guess what? We just had you take the draft that just came. You have 320-pound linemen running 4.7, 4.8. So what you're doing now is it was good at that time. It was good in the early 2000s, but now it's like, hey, you just can't run the football. You have to be able to throw the football. Like if you can't throw the football, you won't win games.
Well, you just mentioned 300+ pound linemen running, under 5. Well, you got to also be able to go ahead and be mobile too. Cam is mobile. I mean, even though he may have slowed down a little bit, Cam is still mobile. He's still a mobile quarterback, but he can't read the defense anymore, or I don't think he could, to be honest with you. I mean, it showed there in his year at New England when now you have to go ahead and call the line out and be a leader out there, but he couldn't do it. He didn't want
it. Now that he's lost a step, people don't play man like they used to. They can play zone and say we can catch you.
Yep.
Back then he was getting that one-on-one coverage, so it made him look a little bit better. He's not getting that one-on-one coverage with receivers. And then when he was in Carolina and McCaffrey went out, it was just like, okay, now you really got to show your worth.
Yeah. And that's the same thing, I guess, with Sam Darnold now. It's like, what are you going to do without a running game? Yeah. If you have no running game, well, now the curtain's been pulled back a little. Now everybody sees you for the man behind the curtain, not the man that they see on the poster.
Yeah, I didn't understand Cam in New England anyway. I'm like, he's used to having some type of like predominant weapon. New England don't carry weapons like that.
No, they didn't. And that was the thing too. Is that I didn't think Cam would go to New England. Everybody's like Cam to New England. Cam was, I think, the best option that we could afford after losing Brady. And it's like, he was just a name.
Both of y'all need each other.
Go ahead, tell us why.
Nah, you know why. Y'all needed each other. Cam took the spot in New England just for some fact of matter because that's in his mind that was the opportunity for me to show that hey, I still play the game and get another big contract.
And when you go ahead and get cut for a rookie, that just
well, you had to because Cam is overbearing. Like Cam talks too much. And he speaks his mind.
Well, and that's something that Bill ain't gonna allow.
No, oh God, no.
All right, guys. 813-699-5353. We're closing down on the show. We got a couple of things, and they're all with quarterbacks. Of course, this last one kind of a quarterback, if you really want to call Cam a quarterback anymore. But quarterbacks, we're gonna go down our top 10 quarterbacks of the league, but also one question that Vic proposed on the topics here. The second-year quarterbacks, which one do you see most likely going ahead and making a huge jump? That's the big one here. So we got 6 quarterbacks that are on the list here. We got Trevor Lawrence, Trey Lance, Zach Wilson, Mac Jones, Davis Mills, and Justin Fields. 6 of them. We all know their respective teams. We all know what they can do, what they can't, or mostly we know what they can do and what they can't do. And we've basically seen most of these, I think, except for really Fields and Lance, what they can do on an everyday basis. So which of these 6 quarterbacks do you feel is going to make a significant jump from what they did the year before? We'll start with well, I know Coach Vic is going to take a while on this one here, so we're going to start with Mike.
I think Trey Lance. Reason being, I think that he's going to have a solid run game behind him. The double tight end look is going to protect him, and he has 2 good tight ends, 1 great tight end once he's healthy again. In Kittles, I really think Trey Lance is going. He's carrying a 97.3. quarterback rating, only threw 5 touchdowns, only 2 picks. It don't seem like a big difference, but I think that's well. And a 57% on completion, which I think will increase with more throws coming in this season. So I think Trey has the offense that will allow him to be better this year than last year. I think a lot of people might say Lawrence because he's played more, but Jacksonville is going to be horrible.
Hey, here's a wild card question. Which out of those 6 do you think will drop or drop the most?
Can't go any lower?
Yeah.
Old boy out of Chicago.
Fields?
Yes.
Think Justin Fields will go down in value on that one?
Yeah. Oh, Fields, man, they just in survival mode right now.
All right.
What receivers does he have?
Do you agree? Do you agree, Mike, or do you have another guy in mind?
Well, I guess if you're at the bottom, Lawrence can't go nowhere but up. But
that's what I'm saying. I think Lawrence will have a lot of improvement because now you actually got a proven quarterback guy, and Lawrence fits what Peterson likes. You should know that because he was a Philly guy at one point. I think Zach Wilson was at the bottom. He can't get no lower. I think he's gonna be consistent. I think he's gonna be the bottom of the group.
I think they know him now, so he ain't gonna be shocking the world.
Yeah. So, but I think Justin Fields is just gonna be in trouble this year. His is a survival mode. I have to survive because they lost the receiver.
Their roster is horrendous.
And pretty much we talked about it during free agent. Half the team is free agent next year. So
yeah, but that's next year.
Huh?
But that's next year. We're talking this year.
That's what I'm saying. So
you're looking too far down the field there. If you're going to be a free agent, don't you think you want to have those awesome numbers this year so you can get paid next year?
Yeah, but what receiver? Again, you have no receiver. You can't name a receiver or a tight end. Only one person can name that, and he's not on the show right now.
Right. He can name the whole 53-man roster for crying out loud.
They're gonna put 8 in the box for Montgomery and say, "Son, you got to beat us."
Yeah, and he's coming off an injury, so I think he's the one that's going to drop. I think Trey Lance he's just raw right now. Next year, I think it's going to be his coming out party.
So on your betting prediction, if you were to bet somebody, who would come out as the most improved out of those 6?
Trevor Lawrence,
Mike.
Why? I'm still sticking with Trey Lance. I think
Lance
will allow him to improve the most. Why do you say Lawrence?
Because one, he has a quarterback coach guy that fits that offense fits what he both can do. Plus, on top of that, they actually getting Christian Kirk. You had 2 good receivers already from last year. They just couldn't. That was just a mess, dog. Urban Meyer was a mess. So that's why I really truly believe. I'm not saying Trevor Lawrence is the great white hope. I'm just saying that I think he'd be 10 times better this year than he was last year.
I think the Jets are going to be terrible, but I think Zach Wilson's going to improve, and I think Davis Mills, having a full year under his belt, I think he'll improve as well.
Davis Mills is going to be all right.
Yeah, Davis Mills is going to be good. I mean,
Lovey's going to make sure he's all right. He's not going to have him do anything outside of what he does.
But yeah, I agree with Mike. I think Trey Lance. I think with all the power that he's got around him, I think he'll have a really good second year. If he doesn't have a second year, I think the Niners are in trouble because it's like you got a full camp now. You're expected to be the starter. There's not going to be any competition because Jimmy G can't freaking throw. So listen, the team is yours. The team is yours. Now it's the matter of you sat the pine and you've watched and learned, played a little, and now it's time for you to get out there and lead the team. If he doesn't do it, the guy just doesn't have the it factor, and it's pretty much done. You're like you're like a number 1 pick that just flopped. So I think this is his year to prove it. He either is going to grasp it, he's going to be awesome, or he's going to flop, and everybody's going to laugh at San Francisco for not picking up Mac.
Who else, Charles? That's it?
Well, Mac is on there, of course. I think Mac, the way he had his season, what are you laughing at me for? Mac is on there, so he had his season the way he did. I don't think he's going to go down. I think he's going to stay where he's at. And Zach Wilson, like I said, I think he should improve. Trevor Lawrence, I think, should improve too. I mean, the guy didn't get drafted number 1 for no reason. He didn't play bad. He just didn't play good. So now he's got a full year under his belt. Let's see how it works. Like you said, he's got a quarterback coach now that will go ahead and work with him, and hopefully that improves him. And like I said, for Jacksonville's sake, he's got to get past this year. All right. Finally, quarterbacks on the roster right now. the top 10 that you have on your list. Now, keep in mind, this is the top 10 in the league. The league, not the conference, not the division. Well, not top 10 in the division anyway, but still top 10 in the league. Let's start off with your number 1 right now. I think we can all agree. At least I'll go ahead and say I think it's Patrick Mahomes. Mike?
I agree.
All right, Coach?
Tom Brady.
What?
Hey, what does this button do? Oh, that's what that does.
Hey, Tom Brady.
All right. So, Tom Brady. Okay, fine. So it'd be I got him at number 2.
Now, let me ask you this.
Go ahead, put it number 2.
Okay, I got Pat number 2. I mean, we can go either way. I went with the guy I know for a fact, by any means necessary. He's always talking about Super Bowl. He's always in the Super Bowl conversation.
Well, yeah, you're always gonna go into the Super Bowl conversation with Tom Brady. I'm not gonna lie. Yes, that is always the case. But you're always gonna do that now with Mahomes.
But at the beginning of the season, except probably me, I'm the only one that said Pat Mahomes will make it to the AFC Championship because everybody doubted him. But again, it don't matter. 1 or 2. Let's toss up. Who's your number 3?
Mike, go ahead with number 3.
I got Aaron.
I got
Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, I got Aaron Rodgers there at number 3 as well.
Ooh, this number 4 is gonna be crazy.
I got Russell Wilson. No, I'm just playing.
Yeah.
I got Josh Allen.
Who you got, Charles?
Actually, I got Justin Herbert. I got Justin Herbert, and look at me all you want. Josh Allen's a gunslinger, but he's not better than Justin Herbert.
I got Joe Burrow.
I got Josh Allen next at number 5.
I got Herbert at number 5.
I got Josh Allen at number 5.
No. I got Burrow at 6.
I got Herbert at 6.
You got Herbert at 6.
You said who?
Burrow, Cincinnati.
Oh.
Number 7.
You think Herbert is better than Joe Burrow?
Yeah.
Why?
Why not? Because he went to the Super Bowl?
No, because I don't know. Maybe I like Joe. Joe got swag.
We're not talking about who's got the best swag in the NFL. No, who's the top 10 in the NFL?
I know.
Oh, yeah. Listen, if
not the top swag. If we going swag, baby.
If
Tom Brady ain't on
Hey, so let me ask you this. Hold on. Let me start up. So let me ask y'all this: if Justin Herbert was on Cincinnati and he got sacked, not even Cincinnati, if he was in San Diego, he got sacked 12 times. You still say they're gonna win the game?
Yes.
He got sacked 12 times. They're gonna win the game.
I don't think anybody's going to go ahead and get sacked 12 times and win the game on a regular basis. That's a fluke.
Oh, it was a fluke.
Yeah, that's a fluke.
Joe did it.
Joe did it. It's a fluke.
Hell, they would have won the Super Bowl if they would have triple team.
Yeah, what? He got sacked 19 times in the Super Bowl, something like that, some crazy number. Yeah, I'm sorry, you're not going to win the Super Bowl getting sacked that many times. I'm sorry, it's just not happening.
I don't. What's so good about Herbert?
Herbert's got a really pretty ball. He knows how to throw deep. He knows how to throw short. He knows how to scramble. He's got it all.
So even if you don't make the playoffs.
Oh no! If you don't make the playoffs, I mean, we have to find out why they didn't make the playoffs. If he's scoring 20, 30 points a game and the other defense is giving up 30, 40 points a game, that's not Herbert's fault. So we got to find out why they didn't make the playoffs. What was the reason? Because if if he's going ahead and getting a quarterback rating of over 100, but they're losing games, something else ain't right. So anyway, let's go with number 8. Or where we're at, number 7 or number 8?
7.
We're at 7. Got Matthew Stafford.
I got Stafford.
I got Lamar. Stafford and never. I'm not a Stafford fan.
No, Stafford. No, not really. I mean, he went ahead and traded his AT&T phone after 12 years for a brand new one and had instant success.
Not a Stafford fan.
I love it.
I mean, Stafford. Let me see. In Detroit, he was a loser. So my thing is the Jared Goff. You don't have him up there because he was in the Rams winning. He just didn't win the Super Bowl.
I don't see Jared Goff as being a good quarterback. Not this year. Not now.
But Stafford
was around. But look what Stafford had. Stafford had that coaching system. Stafford had the receiving core. He goes to Detroit with a garbage coaching system and a garbage period. Now, is he going to be better this year because of what they drafted and what they moved around? I think so, but I don't put him in the top 10. Anyway, do we all get our number? Do we all get our number 7s?
Man, Herbert lost to the Texans.
Oh my God! Everybody got our number 7s in? Let's go to number 8.
Yeah,
number 8. I got Dak.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Russell.
I got Dak. You got Russell Wilson?
Yep. You don't like Russell. Y'all don't like Russell.
He must have done anything.
That's almost like saying Baker Mayfield is in the top 10.
Nah, you keep saying you're putting Russ on his pedestal. I think remember what you said earlier. A lot of people go off their names, and you just seen him on TV with Sierra and everything. And he throws him a couple passes with the son, and you're like, oh, he's such a good guy. He's such a good guy. I don't know why they pick on him. Hey, no, man. Russ is not a top 10 quarterback right now. No. Man, I'm with you, Charles. I'm rolling with Dak at 8, dog. I'm sorry, man. You can't.
And Dak is?
Yeah. I put Dak at 8.
How many times did they not make the playoffs? And when he was hurt,
oh my God.
When he was hurt, where'd they go?
Relax, guys. Relax. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be fun. Let's go to number 9. Let's go to number 9. I got Kyler Murray.
I got Carr.
Oh, damn. That's right. Maybe I should have swapped them. Maybe I should put Carr up at 9 and Murray at 10.
I got Carr.
All right. Yeah. Maybe I'll swap mine. Carr at 9 and Murray at 10.
I got Murray at 10.
Okay. That makes more sense. Yeah, because I'm over here thinking Carr's got all these weapons now. It's like he's going to be, and we don't even know if Kyler Murray's going to play in Arizona. I mean, he should, but you never know. All right, gentlemen. Any last closing remarks on quarterbacks in the NFL that we can go ahead and wrap this show up?
Kyler Murray going to play just like we spoke earlier. His mama going to get on the phone, boy, take your ass to practice.
Get that money, dog.
And with all the stuff he got on offense, he going to be there.
Yeah. Coach Mike, go ahead. Any closing remarks you have before we end the show?
Oh, Russ.
It was always a pleasure to once again the Eagles gonna win the Super Bowl this year. Russell Wilson is not just a name; he's gonna be a solid quarterback. Watch it.
Okay, all right. Coach Vic, with all smiles on there. Any last words?
Oh, Russell Wilson, you're so awesome, man. Hey, I gotta question some of these topics. Next week, what's his name? Sports guy.
Your number 1 pick.
What?
We questioned Tom Brady number 1. Come on.
How could you though?
I'm just saying.
So answer this question. Do you not have them going to the Super Bowl this year?
I don't know.
Mike,
do you have Tampa Bay going to the Super Bowl again this year?
Because everybody's healthy now and they reloaded. They got another receiver. So I'm gonna wait.
It all depends if the Lightning win the Stanley Cup. If they win the Stanley Cup, they go.
It's too many factors to say yes. Jameis got to prove something to me because if he can do something and be solid, I think they can beat them.
No. I'm not saying that. I have the Saints. I have the Saints winning.
Oh, okay.
But
I mean, will they contend? Yeah, they'll be competitive. Yeah.
Playoffs.
So we're going to close on this one. John says Cowboys win Super Bowl. Eagles.
Not good to drink this early on Sundays.
All right, guys. Hey, it's a pleasure. We'll see you next week. Don't forget to go ahead and like us on Facebook, facebook.com/TDC.ASAP. That is the Touchdown Cruise official Facebook page. And, of course, don't forget to go ahead on the ASAP TV network, asaptvnetwork.net. We'll catch you all later. Take care, everybody.
Whole sports, all plays. Whole sports, all plays. Hard sports all plays. 365, we making up plays. We talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. Sport all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. Hard sports all plays.